good grinders? Welcome to Motivation, Logic, and Shenanigans, where we have a lot of motivation. We do logical perspectives, and because I am who I am, there's going to be tons and tons of shenanigans. As we always do, I always start off by saying, what's good, grinders? Because I believe in grind, bro. I believe in grind. In all aspects of life, I absolutely believe in grind. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about not necessarily different levels of grind, but the difference between a perfect job, a great job, and pretty much a good job. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. All in all, it's for grind. It's for the benefit of the kingdom. That being said, let's kick this bitch! Many people are actually looking for the perfect job. And if you have this dream and this idea of a perfect job, I'm just here to tell you, I'm not here to, shut down any dreams or anything. But the likelihood of you getting the perfect job is not necessarily gonna work out for you. So sometimes, depending on what your bank account looks like, you probably just need a job, okay? You need money right now. Instead of getting worried about the perfect job, you need money right now. So you need to just go get a job and you can worry about the perfect job later. So, what is a job? A job is literally a place where you give away your time and they give you money. So it's an exchange for your time for their money. Easy day. That's how a job works, and that's how it's been working for years on top of years. A job is also a tool that is going to get you what you want and what you need out of life. So once again, you're exchanging your time for their money. So how much time do you have to get how much money that you want to make? And that is what's going to get you the things that you need in life. It's just called currency. Easy day. While you're working at a job, it might not be the perfect job. It might just be a good job. While you're working at that job, you need to start building up your resume. You build up your resume, you get your experience going, you start getting certificates, all that stuff like that, and then you can start looking for a better job, right? Before we get into these 5 factors of what constitutes as a perfect job, the best advice I can always tell you is don't be chasing a dollar bill. Never chase money. Never freaking chase money. What I mean by that is, if you're getting $20 an hour right now and you have a pretty damn good job, and then another company says, hey, I will pay you $22 an hour. You have to do your research on what comes with that $22 an hour. Because in your mind, you're like, oh, I get paid more. But then you might just go over there and the work environment sucks or the people sucks. And that's what we're about to go over. So never chase money. So let's talk about this unicorn of this perfect job. I believe there's 5 factors that constitutes as the perfect job. Now, with this perfect job, all of it is subjective. I'm a logical guy, so I understand it. The first one is good pay. Good pay. What is that job paying, right? The second one is good benefits. What comes with that job? The third one, good hours. How long am I going to be working at this job? At what time to what time am I going to be working at this job? Good people. Who am I going to be actually working with? And then a good work environment. Where am I going to be actually working? Right? Those are the 5 factors of a perfect job. And if all of those factors are amazing, you probably went ahead and scooped up that unicorn called the perfect job. A good pay. Once again, like I said, don't ever chase a dollar bill. Don't ever chase a dollar bill because you're going to sell your soul for, an extra $3 an hour and it's not going to necessarily be worth it. So when you get a job, let's just say you have a job, depending on what you need out of life, you start off at a certain level of a job. we'll just say like a basic person. A basic person gets out of high school, you don't necessarily have experience. Obviously, you're not about to go into the workforce and make $50,000 a year. That just probably won't happen. So you have to start off at the bottom. While you're at the bottom, always remember what you have in mind. Like, hey, my goal is I'm going to be a manager at whatever, or I want to be do this or do that. While you're working a job, that job is just there to get you paid. So while you're working that job, start building up your experience. Start building up your resume. Start taking those certificates. Start getting those certificates. Anything like that, so you can actually start building up your resume. So when it's time for like a job review or a pay raise or anything, you can go up to your boss and say, "Hey, look, boss, this is what I've been doing since I've been working here. I've been killing the game. I got all my certs, blah, 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 blah. I'm asking you for a better raise," or anything like that. And if they don't give you a raise, you just have to know some companies are not about that life. But your resume will always be what you actually did. So you can take that resume and just go to another job and hopefully get paid more. Good benefits. Now, benefits are completely subjective. It just really depends on what you want from your job. Now, good benefits, obviously good insurance. Well, the rates on the insurance, depending on what kind of insurance they give, that constitutes a good benefits. A 401k, especially if they got a 401k with matching dollars, so it's $1 for dollar. That's free money. That's awesome. Some people have dental insurance, PTO, which means paid time off. If I'm sick or anything like that, sick leave, all that kind of stuff. Some jobs give this stuff, some jobs don't. So that's the kind of thing that you need to research once you start looking into the job market. Third, good people. Like I said, who are you actually working with? Especially like if you got to work 12s. It's freaking horrible to get out there and you're working 12s and you're working with somebody that you don't like. I'm telling you, bro, it's freaking hard. So you need to people are gonna mess with you. We'll just keep it nice. We'll just keep it nice. So my opinion on the job is I have a no friends mentality when I go to work. In other words, I am going to work to get paid. I don't care about anybody that I work with, and I'm not trying to say that to be mean, but it's like I'm here to do a job. I'm not here to make friends. So if people talk about me or anything like that, that's just on them. If people are having a conversation that I don't necessarily agree with, that doesn't mean that I have to partake in it. I just put my headphones in and do what you need to do. So I have a no friends mentality. So I'm gonna get my money. I'm not about to let other people mess with me. There are some people in life that they are not as strong-minded as I am. They're like, "Oh, it's a great job," but they keep talking about me, and then you wind up quitting, because you feel like you got bullied or whatever like that. Forget that. All right, you go over there, you make your money. Good hours. All right, so everybody thinks to themselves, "Hey, you know what? I'm about to scoop up this 9 to 5, and I'm about to be good." Not, believe it or not, like a 9 to 5 don't typically exist in this world anymore. Like, it's very rare to actually find like a 9 to 5. Sometimes it's like an 8 to 4, a 7 to 3. Like say for me, I work shift work. Sometimes it's 11 to 7. It's all kind of different shifts. So if you have your heart set on a 9 to 5, depending on what industry you go into, 9 times out of 10 you probably won't get that. So don't just necessarily have your heart set on that 9 to 5. All right. But good hours, once again, it depends on you. What constitutes as good hours, especially like if you're single. If you're single, you don't have a family, you don't have responsibilities, good hours for you, and this is my opinion, would be second shift. You go on the second shift, first of all, you're getting more pay because you're working like the evening time, or if you do graveyard shift, you're working evening time, you're working overnight, you're getting paid more. Plus, if you work second shift, if you're single, let's just say you go in at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you get off at 11, right? You have all day to do your business stuff. You can go do your appointments, you can go do all this because you don't have to be to work till 3 p.m. Or, if you like I say, if you're single, boom, after you get off work, it's still 11 o'clock. You still can go cut up in the club if you want to. I'm just saying, it's one of those things. So hours are completely subjective, but if you go into it thinking to yourself that you're about to just scoop up a 9 to 5, 9 times out of 10, that probably won't happen for you. And last, but certainly not least, a good work environment. All right, what does that mean? You have to ask where you're working. All right, where are you working? that comes with travel, as in like, is it an hour away from you? Do you have to work outside? Do you have to work in the cold? Do you have to work in the rain? Is it loud? Does it stink? All of this stuff constitutes as a good work environment. You know what I mean? Like, is it cramped up? Like, if I'm in a business, in like an office, am I sitting here and another guy sitting right there? You know, it's kind of one of those things. So that's kind of like the things that you got to take into account. And as I said, if all 5 of these bad boys are that comes with this job, that's probably that unicorn of the perfect job. Now, we talked about the perfect job. Now, obviously, like I said, the likelihood of you getting that perfect job is not necessarily likely, because sometimes you're gonna have, you know, probably not gonna have all 5 factors, but you're probably gonna have 3. If you have 3 of these factors, you're pretty much killing the game, bro. That's considered a good job. Let's just say you have good pay, you have good benefits, and you work with good people, but the hours are shitty. Like, the hours are garbage, right? You gotta work 12s, you know, you gotta work 10s, you gotta work 12s. You hate the hours, but everything else that you do is freaking awesome, all right? That's considered a good job, right? A great job is 4 of these factors. Let's just say, once again, now, we gotta get paid. We got good benefits. The hours are freaking amazing. The people are amazing, but the work environment sucks. As in, like, no matter if it's raining or anything like that, I gotta go to work regardless. So that's what's considered a great job. Like I said, the perfect job is a unicorn. It may or may not happen. Now, all in all, because we are talking about logic, like I said before, the perfect job is completely subjective. If you get that perfect job, that's awesome. But if you have a good job and you want to level up, you have to build your resume, all right? Build your resume up, do your research on the company, because these are the things that you should be asking in the interview. Hey, what kind of work environment is it? You know, stuff like that. When it comes to the people, you can't really determine that because the people will lie to you anyway. But you can also put some headphones in and don't have to listen to these people. Just saying. Now, when you have that good job or a job and you're trying to level up, never quit a job. Never quit a job until you already have that other job secured. What do that mean? That means if you went to the interview and you have a starting date, you signed your offer letter, that job is secured, which means we expect to see you Monday on the 18th. That job is secured. You can go ahead and put your 2 weeks notice in at your first job and then go from there. What I usually do when I'm about to go to another job, I'm not about to miss a paycheck. So as soon as my 2 weeks is over, my weekend, I'm going straight to the other job on Monday. So I'm not missing no checks. Like a lot of people, they'll quit a job and it's like, no. I'm not missing no paychecks. I'm not missing any paychecks. Because like I said, a job is just a tool to get me what I want. So, in and out, baby. In and out. In and out. We talked about the 5 factors of what considered a perfect job. Good pay, good benefits, good hours, good people, and good work environment. As always, you have to do your research. You're going to hear me say that over and over and over. Do your research, because just because that stuff look good on Indeed, it doesn't necessarily mean that's a perfect job. Once you do your research, then go ahead and grind the perfect grind. There's always ways to level up. Even if you can't do it at that company, you can go do it somewhere else. So always try to stay up on your training, try to stay up on your certificates and everything like that. Just wait. If you have an opportunity to get promoted and stuff, all that stuff is already done. Because when you grind, you definitely will prosper. Y'all have a good day. Cheers!